Hi, my name is Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Genesis 38 verses 1 to 11. Here's the word of God. It happened at that time that Judah went down from his brothers and turned aside to a certain Adullamite whose name was Hirah. There Judah saw the daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. He took her and went in to her, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name She conceived again and bore a son, and she called his name Onan. Yet again she bore a son, and she called his name Shelah. Judah was in Chezib when she bore him, and Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord put him to death. Then Judah said to Onan, "Go in to your brother's wife and perform the duty of a brother-in-law to her, and raise up offspring for your brother." But Onan knew that the offspring would not be his, so whenever he went in to his brother's wife, he would waste the semen on the ground so as not to give offspring to his brother. And what he did was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and he put him to death also. Then Judah said to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, "Remain a widow in your father's house till Shelah, my son, grows up," for he feared that he would die like his brothers. So Tamar went and remained in her father's house. Genesis 38, 1 to 11. Here's a poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Judah decided to leave his brothers and married the Canaanite daughter of Shua. She bore him 3 sons by the names of Onan, and Shelah. Judah took Tamar as a wife for but he was evil, and God killed him. Onan was appointed to give a son to the widow Tamar, but he didn't. So God took Onan's life as well, and Judah was afraid to lose Shelah. Judah told Tamar to remain in her father's house till Shelah grew up. Here's the essay I wrote inspired by those verses. When we run from God, many consequences await us. This account tells us those 2 consequences resulting from Judah marrying a Canaanite, which God forbid his people to do. The firstborn was wicked, and God didn't give him a son by Tamar. The second son, Onan, who defiled his father's instruction to give Tamar a son, was likewise killed by the Lord for his action. Then Judah feared that if Shelah married Tamar, he would die too. Interesting how he never looked at his own rebellion and put blame on Tamar instead. Reflection. Why do you think Judah suspected it was Tamar who caused his son's death? Well, you know how we human beings are always relying on our own understanding, and we don't know why things happen to us, so we try to pinpoint something and put a blame on something else, where he could have seen that he was a part of the covenant promise of the Lord with his ancestors, and he could have avoided marrying a Canaanite, but he purposely did that when he left his brothers and went to Adullamite, who was Adullamite tribe, and he also married a Canaanite. So so what do you expect? You married a pagan or an ungodly person, and your children will be having that genes or that streak of ungodliness. And so those first 2 sons were all evil, and so God annihilated them. And it was interesting how he never looked at it that it was his sin that led his sons to die as well, but he wanted to point it at Tamar, who he thinks is the common factor that she couldn't have kids, and that his sons were evil and not Tamar. So we like to put a blame. That is our sinful nature. We try to pinpoint a blame on something when we don't understand something else, instead of taking accountability and examining our conscience and seeing whether we have sinned or not. So thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ILMA'S.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos and give you the Word of God. If you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done over this last 12 years. Just type on Google or YouTube search ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.